Hopefully this is the last time we hear from these people. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, I suppose, revealing that they have been separated since 2016. This is obviously before the Oscar slap. That was just last year, 2022. They have been separated for 6 years before the slap. And the whole thing with the entanglement with August Alsina, that was like 2016 when that happened, 2015, 2016 when that happened. And they revealed it, I believe, in 2020 or 2021, right around that time on the red table. Now, there's so much to get into. We got to talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada and everything else. But I'm going to just say one thing. This I blame on Will Smith 100%. Jada has been doing everything in their power to make this man divorce her. And he is refusing to do it. He is refusing to man up and pull the trigger on the divorce. I don't know why. You've been separated for 7 years. What are you waiting on? I don't want to be that guy that encourages divorce, but you got to let her go. She wants to be freed. You're not letting her go, and she's acting out as a result. And her most latest recent thing that she's doing to act out is releasing the book, telling more of their business. Now, before I go any further, let's watch a news clip. If you want to see this clip in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We are back 8:14 with Carson and Hoda's exclusive interview with Jada Pinkett Smith, and everyone's going to be talking about this.
Yeah, she is one half of Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy, including that slap.
It's her fault. It's really her fault and Will's fault. It's both of them. And like I said, hopefully we're done after this.
At the Oscars, she was sitting right next to Will Smith. And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce.
Now, I got to pause it at certain points because I'm not quite sure if they want to do copyrights on NBC, but you heard that. So in 2016, you're talking about Trump got elected and had a presidency, Biden got elected, and then next year it'd be a different guy. So you're talking about 2 presidencies worth of time that they have not been together, but they're still legally married.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
And let's pause right here. 1997, that's a very important time to remember. 1997 is 1 year after Tupac got killed. And we'll talk about Tupac a little bit more a little bit later. But they've been married for a very long time. But a lot of what you see in Hollywood, of course, is going to be fake. Not only on the silver screen, but also when you see the people in the movies in your regular everyday life, you also see a lot of fake stuff there as well. This is a prime example.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot?
Just making up stuff at this point. Just making up stuff because the marriage is over with. And you see quite a bit of this going on. People have been married. Okay, I've been married 30-something years, but they don't really be together. They just are together on paper, but not really in reality. There's a lot of that going on beyond Hollywood.
Maybe, I don't know. beautiful, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess
Now, the entanglement, that happened, she met August Alsina in 2015. So I think that might have sparked their separation, potentially, perhaps.
I feel like you're a straight talker,
I am.
except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why a fracture? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think
And no, so why are we in Baltimore? Like, what's the significance behind this? I think that what she wants to do here is create a life beyond Will Smith. I think that's what's happening here. And the book and then the constant speaking about their private life, it's a way to try and force herself out of his shadow in the marriage.
by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
Now, that is true, what she's talking about as far as, well, at least what they've told us publicly, because it's hard to believe anything nowadays. But I remember seeing Will Smith go on television saying there's never going to be a reason why me and my wife divorce. And she's saying the same thing right now. But the problem is that there is a reason. You guys are not even together. You're trying to hold on and it's just not working. It's time to move forward. And I think, again, this is Will Smith's fault because he's not being a man and pulling the trigger. If he was to go file for divorce, she wouldn't fight it at all. He would fight it, but she wouldn't because she wants out. She wants to be done.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I have so many questions.
So do I.
I have so many
It
questions.
was the strangest kind of revelation to realize that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife in all of those years.
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right? Including at the Oscars.
Yes.
By the way,
Okay, now I'm going to leave the rest of this in the box if you want to see it, but I have a lot to say. There's a lot I want to just talk about right now. Okay, first things first. Now, Jada also revealed that Chris Rock tried to approach her romantically during a time where he thought that they were getting a divorce. It might have been 2016, 2017 or something like that. And then she let him know, hey, I'm still married. And he was like being very apologetic. So some say that's part of the reason why the slap happened, because of course Jada is probably going to tell Will what happened with Chris Rock trying to approach her. He's upset. He's thinking the jokes are mean-spirited because he was not able to get her, and then they were still married, and then he goes out there and attacks her. But see, here's the problem. Some say that's justified, but you got to ask yourself, who are you? You're Will Smith. Why are you going on stage and slapping people? What are you doing? What, just because your wife said that he said and all? What are you thinking about? You got to think about what you're doing before you do it. It's never justified to go on stage and attack somebody, especially when you have everything to lose. You're Will Smith, world famous actor, rapper, multimillionaire, philanthropist, businessman, entrepreneur. What are you thinking about? You're going to throw all that away because of this lady who you're not even with? Because of this guy who allegedly tried to talk to her? She is causing this man so many problems, but the problems are self-inflicted. She's acting out, as I close, in my opinion, she's acting out publicly to make him pull the trigger and file for divorce so she can be free, so she can do her own thing, start her own career path. Will it cost him? Yeah, it'll cost him a lot of money. Yeah, but he's got it. Jeff Bezos gets divorced, and has to pay his ex-wife $100 billion or whatever the dollar amount was, but he still has $100 billion more in a profitable business at Amazon.com. So why does it even matter? Is it worth keeping her kind of like a prisoner? Just let her go. Let her go. She's telling you she doesn't want to be with you. Every so often, she talks about how she loves Tupac. This man's been dead 27 years. 1996, he was killed in Vegas. She still loves him. Will Smith posted something nice about Jada recently on Instagram, and her response is to post a video from the early 90s, maybe even late 80s, of her and Tupac dancing to Will Smith's song. How much more disrespectful, discourteous, and nasty can you get? She cheated on you with August Alsina and made you get on television and talk about it. She always speaks about how much she loves Tupac. She's doing everything in her power to make you pull the trigger, and you're not doing it. It's your fault, 100%. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening here with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith? Are you tired of these people? Should Will just go ahead and pull the trigger, file for divorce? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is all Will Smith's fault, 100%. He maybe doesn't want to fail in marriage again because remember, he was married before Jada. He left his first wife, who he has a child with, his first son, Trey. He left her to be with Jada, and at a certain point, he realized that didn't work, but he doesn't want to let her go. He's holding on to her, refusing to let her go, but it's time. Okay, you be on divorce number 2. It's okay. You're just a regular American at a certain point. Half of all marriages fail in America, and then once you get remarried, you have an even higher chance of that failing. So do what needs to be done and move on with your life. And more than anything else, Will, let her go. You might not want to move on. You might not want to have that marriage be broken because of what you want to do for yourself and your marriage statistics and your marriage rate and your second divorce. But it's not even about you. It's about her. That's about you and her. But really, as a man, you are the decision maker. You are the leader. You are the big dog. Make an executive decision and let that woman go and be free. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.